in Thingvellir National Park, and UNESCO World Heritage. It's around 9 o'clock and it's winter time, so it's pretty dark. Unfortunately, this is the best light we can see due to the dark times. But I'm very sure that during summertime, this mountainous background that you see over there, that you might see over there slightly, are extremely beautiful. But for now, this is the light we see. Thingvellir National Park is one of those must-see places in Iceland. It's a World UNESCO Heritage because in this park here is where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates are meeting. So taking these tours here are a bit more challenging during wintertime because of the darkness. In order to get here, you should book a tour bus. We are on a tour bus now, which will take us to various places in Iceland. And here you have the beginning of the sunset. This park here, the reason it's on UNESCO's World Heritage is that the Vikings were settling down here first when they came and brought slaves from Ireland, Scotland. We're talking about the Scandinavian Vikings that came eventually to settle down. It's approximately 50 kilometers from Reykjavik. It's a combo of practically all the colors, all the bright colors. And in the background here, you have this amazing mountain top, which looks pretty awesome, filled with snow. So we booked a tour. It cost approximately €60 per person. It takes between 6 and 7 hours to complete the tour, and including in this tour is to visit this national UNESCO park that I was just showing you. The next place we're going is Geysir, and then we're gonna see some other volcanic activities along the road.
Unusual, and there's actually a pretty big production going on right now. I don't know if you're aware of it, but they're shooting the 4th edition of True Detective, which is a very popular television series. They've been shooting since the beginning of October. They're going to go to the end of April. And this one stars Jodie Foster and John Hawkes, if you know these actors. They've been here for a couple months.
And the next place on our Golden Circle tour is the Geysirs. And our bus is by the center, by this Geysir center that you see in the background there. So you just walk a little bit further and then you will get to the geysir called Strokkur Geysir. Even here you can feel the smell is pretty rotten, and that is because you see all these gases here that comes up from the surface. It's some kind of acid that it vaporizes into the air, and it creates this rotten smell. So this is the Strokkur Geysir. Geysir is the Icelandic term for volcano, and these geysers are spread across this island. They say that the vaporization can be up to 30 meters tall. Some of them are much less, but it all depends on the power of the boiling water that you see there and the effect from the ground. We were lucky to see 2 geysers, and then it took almost 20 minutes until the next geyser erupted, and that was a pretty small eruption. So you just have to have patience when you are here. That's why they give you approximately 1 hour to take photos. Even though it's the small areas here, you have 1 hour on you to take photos, because these guides knows that these geysers are unstable, and they know that they erupt when it's enough heat. So these kind of geysers or geothermal energy are the reasons that the Blue Lagoon is active, for instance. The Icelanders found ways how to generate power to thermal energy. And because thermal energy is the most common energy in Iceland. And you see this smog here, which is all coming from the sulfur acid that are being spread out into the air. You actually have this geysers spread across this area. It's not only the Strokor that we saw earlier, but you actually have geysers here and over there as well. And with this awesome moon landscape in the background, with these snowy mountains, this landscape here is seriously so breathtaking. The water looks so clean, and you can actually see the bottom of it. But you definitely smell the smell of this sulfur acid that is being blown out, this gas that is being blown out to the air. It's a very strong smell. It's a bit like egg smell, rotten egg smell. So you will feel that, and you will smell that everywhere when you are walking along this geysir and these volcanic eruptions. So this place here is a must. I've been hearing about geysers since I was a child and always wanted to see it. So just to be here, it's a dream. It's very cool. You have these warning signs everywhere. So it's not like you can walk wrongly, because you have these fences here and it shows the temperature. That is actually the same everywhere where these volcanoes, or these geysers are situated. So it's pretty cool. You stay here during the goldencircle trip for approximately 1 hour. We will soon be heading to the waterfall, which is our next destination. And as you can see behind me, we have a big waterfall in Iceland. And this waterfall here is called gullfoss, which can be translated to the golden waterfalls. And it's the second largest falls in Iceland, and as you can see, it can very much reminds of Niagara Falls, just a much smaller version. These kind of waterfalls here are called step falls because you have these steps compared to waterfalls falling down from mountaintops, and it's a pretty cool view to see. And this is our third stop on the goldencircle route, this waterfall here. And as you can see, you have this rocky landscape everywhere, this moon landscape, which is just tremendous. And in the far distance there, you actually have the glaciers, and I'm gonna show you the glaciers very soon. This is the third spot on the goldencircle route, also called one of the top 3 sceneries that you have to see when you are visiting Iceland. Just be aware, it's extremely cold by the waterfall, so just bring hot clothes if you're going here during the winter time. Now it's December and it's extremely cold. So beside the golden waterfalls you have these glaciers here. And glaciers are an area where there is permanent frost on the ground, and that kind of frost keeps the surface extremely cold, and that's how this snow and ice can be preserved. Even throughout the summer you will constantly see glaciers filled with ice or snow, and that's where the name in itself derives from. Glaciers are not unique to Iceland, because in Norway, Sweden and Finland you can find glaciers as well, but it's very typical in the Arctic nations. Since the biggest glacier in Europe, Vatnajökull, which is called, is situated in Iceland. It's pretty cool to see, and it has made Iceland a touristic attractions just due to the glaciers. And the glaciers has definitely improved Iceland's touristic attraction views. On these glaciers here, you can also do a lot of activities, including ride ATVs, snowmobiles. You can do hiking. You can even dive into caves to do ice caving expeditions, which is very cool. But on our Golden Circle tour, this is not included. And the last stop on our bus tour with the Golden Circle is the Icelandic horse, the world famous horse. You can actually buy some horse food over there, but as you see, there are tons of people doing the same stuff, and it's just supposed to be a short stopover. But it's pretty cool to actually be able to see it from close up. Let's see if he comes this way. Yeah, it's like donkey. The view in the background is definitely breathtaking, especially when you have the Icelandic horse right in front of you. Yeah. So this was it. Basically, just a short stopover, seeing the iconic Icelandic horse, the national animal of Iceland. Pretty cool day with the Golden Circle. Grey Line, which is the company that we booked through.